A blind spot on a dazzling neon-lit street. The shadow of a building no one even notices. That's where he casts his gaze. Or perhaps where it was drawn, behind a building in an empty lot. Without another soul to be found, the curtain rose on a death match.
A fight? Against a guy that big? You'll be killed.
You must be nuts. You better be careful. I'm not a fair fighter, you know. And you can clearly see that I'm much stronger than you are. Yet you're the one who picked a fight with me. There's no way your head's on straight.
Not in the least.
So you think you're stronger than me? How about you shut your mouth and show me what you're made of, you giant oaf?
What are you doing? He's going to kill you!
All right, that's it. You've gone too far!
His form, it's like Neo, the guardians of Buddhist temples. And in fact, upon the man's back rested a Buddhist guardian.
What kind of body is that? Is he the Terminator? You can't win against this monster.
As expected, he's used to fighting.
He's so fast, and with a body that enormous, he can't be human!
A distraction. His true intent.
He was able to kick down a concrete wall!
I knew it. Steel-lined boots. I sure don't want to take a hit from those.
He doesn't stand a chance! It always goes the same way in fantasy stories. The small, slender guy comes along and wipes the floor with giants. But this is the real world! There's no such thing as fantasy!
Hey, are you gonna keep running away? You wanted this fight in the first place. So come at me already!
Fine then, here I come.
He's good.
Are you finally getting it? Do you see who the challenger is now? Yeah, that's right. I'll turn the force of your lunge right back at you. So, how was your trip to Snap City?
No, not yet.
Not yet. I think you got it all wrong. Because you are already finished!
He won!
That should do it.
Your name! I need to know your name!
He blurted those words out in the heat of the moment. To this man, who was young enough to be his son. He spoke briefly, but with the utmost reverence.
Oma Tokita.
You said Oma Tokita?
Yeah. Who are you?
Oh, you want my name? My name is Kazuo Yamashita!
Kazuo Yamashita, you said. Understood. So then, you want to fight too?
This ruthless aura! There's no way he's joking! He's serious! I'm going to die! I can't breathe! No!
No fight, huh? Well then, that's too bad.
Kazuo Yamashita, the 56-year-old, a straightforward family man. A man who in his prime avoided drinking, fighting, and prostitution. On this day, he was unable to comprehend the cause of his own actions, because for the first time in 15 years, he was with a woman. What roused his manly urge? His survival instinct! The instinct of a man who has never experienced killing. A strong feeling of purpose surges through him all at once and instantaneously. He is aware of his mortality. Because of this overwhelming emotion, he is prompted to preserve his genes as expediently as possible. There is only a single way he can be certain of fulfilling his desire. He seeks to perform the reproductive act.
Mr. Yamashita, so once again you've missed your quota for this month.
Please forgive me. I'm so terribly sorry. Next month for sure, though. I promise you.
Next month, huh? Do you realize you say the same thing every month? You know, I have to be honest, your words don't carry much weight anymore.
Here we go again. The chief's picking on Mr. Yamashita.
He gives all of the hard jobs to Mr. Yamashita. He makes everything his fault.
Are you listening?
Yes, sir. I completely agree with you. Damn the itch. This rich bastard is upon his high horse. If I were strong like that one guy, I could make sure the chief was giving me the respect I really deserve. Who am I kidding? I'm lowering my head like an idiot because I can't do things like that.
Sorry to interrupt.
Mr. President, I wasn't expecting you. I could have just come up to your office instead, sir.
I'm actually not here for you. Mr. Yamashita, there's someone who is requested to speak with you immediately. It's an urgent matter, so please go see him.
Hold on. They want to talk to him? And not me?
Yamashita. What have you done, Yamashita?
What?
Thank you for coming. I do apologize that it was during such a busy time.
What? No problem at all, sir. An ordinary employee of the company was called in to speak with the chairman directly. What in the world have I done?
A conflict.
Huh?
The optimal method to resolve a conflict. Tell me, what do you think that is?
You said a conflict?
That's right. There are countless words that express a means of resolution, arbitration, negotiation, persuasion. One that's especially effective is violence.
What? What do you mean, sir?
Suppressing an opponent's hostile force with violence that exceeds their own.
That's not a good way of resolving a conflict.
Very insightful. You see, violence serves as an effective security blanket. However, that's more of what you would call managed violence. Chaotic violence, on the other hand, will never lead to anything. Only tyrannical rampages. It was the 5th year of the Shotoku era. The world was at peace, but in its shadow, the merchants' blood-for-blood conflicts ran around the clock. Their objectives were to climb to the highest position any merchant could acquire, which is attendant to the Imperials. In order to reach such a rank, the merchants would threaten, scheme, and even assassinate. They would use any and all means to defeat their business rivals. This chain of widespread violence quickly ran out of control. So much so that even the merchants who were committing the violence were affected. The world had transformed into the Buddhist realm of Ashura. A new era was needed. One whose chains would control the spear. The 7th generation Shogun, Ietsugu Tokugawa summoned the merchants, who were the roots of this madness, and he passed down an order.
To resolve your conflicts, you must decide fairly among you who is superior.
The proposal was truly childish. It was far too simple for such a serious matter. But among them, not a single one was hindered by this amateur conclusion.
As you command!
Violence allows order. The merchants formed unions, and when interest collided, they went through the unions to prepare the encounters. The method of battle was straightforward. A one-on-one, uninterrupted fight to the death. Each side chose a combatant whose skill they took pride in to fight in place of the merchants in order to determine the victor. Eventually, violence came to embody the art of war. As it so happens, my ancestors were among those in the unions. You could say that the Nogi group's current progress is thanks to the valiant efforts of those merchants.
What's this have to do with me? What is he talking about?
Do you have any idea why I'm telling you all this? That story was not just some folktale, you know. Even today, this method of battle is an ongoing tradition, one that's passed down by the merchants.
Oh, come on, you're pulling my leg, right? Something like that couldn't... The look on his face says otherwise. Could it really be true?
Even after the Tokugawa Bakufu fell, the merchants were able to keep this form of battle alive as a method of resolving conflicts. It was a system that never seemed to fail them. Entrust your wishes to the competitor's fist. Kengan match.
Kengan match?
The truth is, our company is wagering its privileges in a match a few days from now. However, a slight problem has arisen. The man our company had hired has become unable to compete for various reasons. Suddenly, we are finding ourselves in search of a substitute competitor.
Please don't say you thought I should fight for you.
That's actually not a bad idea. Unfortunately, I don't think you'll be playing that role here. During my search to find us a new competitor, there was a man who got involved of his own accord. So I've decided it would be best to leave this battle in his hands. Oh, he's here.
Ah! Are you kidding me? This is impossible.
The guy from last night?
This man is really the substitute?
Come on in. This is the competitor, Oma Tokita.
Kazuo Yamashita.
Good to see you again. How are you? What is this? What is this ridiculous coincidence?
Oh, the two of you are already acquainted? Well, that makes this quite convenient for me. Kazuo Yamashita, I would like to give you the task of being Oma Tokita's caretaker. Tokita, if there's anything at all that you need, feel free to call on him.
Understood.
You two can decide the arrangements together. Just make sure to inform me of the specifics.
Was it a good idea, putting our trust into that man? The one who defeated Komada the Guardian. It could have been.
Yes, I'm almost sure he did it. That's why I've employed him. How many men in this world do you think could actually bring down a man like Komada? Oma Tokita, I have made quite the find with you.
Okay, so then, Kazuo Yamashita. Why choose a mere company employee? And to reveal the existence of the Kengan matches to someone like him? You wanted a caretaker, but there were plenty of other people qualified for the job.
Oh, just a whim, I suppose.
Chairman.
It's all right, don't get mad. As a precaution, I've also arranged surveillance to accompany his caretaking. There's nothing to worry about.
That doesn't qualify as a reason for choosing him. Does that mean he doesn't intend to share his reason?
Oma Tokita. A man like you is someone I need to learn everything about.
Wait up!
What is it, Kazuo Yamashita?
Why is he using my full name? Listen, Tokita, why don't we just turn down this proposal? I mean, fights are criminal acts, aren't they? What is the chairman even thinking
Hey.
anyway?
For right now, let's get food.
Okay.
Let's get food. The man just casually uttered this. Such a normal, everyday phrase. Or what you might consider an overwhelming, irrefusable act of violence. For this man, Oma Tokita, the choice of rethinking things was non-existent from the start.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kazuo Yamashita. I've been with Nogi Publications for 34 years straight now. I'm a 56-year-old, still at the peak of my working years. All is well in my private life, although I can't say my days are filled with excitement. Breakfast is ready. I'll leave it here. That's my oldest son, Kenzo. I think he'll be 25 years old this year. But ever since middle school, he's slowly become more reclusive. Now more than ever. The last time I saw his face was 2 years... No, maybe 3 years ago. My second son dropped out of high school last year. He's become completely defiant. He seems to be hanging out with some unsavory friends, and the only times he comes home anymore is when he wants to steal money from my wallet. About 10 years ago, my wife ran off. I still don't know the reason why she abandoned us like that. All that's left for me now is this tiny patch of land with my isolated house built on it. I have 15 years remaining on the loan. Is the land destined to be my coffin? Is this the place? Is it possible this map's wrong? So then this must really be Oma's house, huh? But it's in ruins. Not surprising that it's broken. Pardon me? Oma! Maybe it really is the wrong address. Oma! Are you here? The floorboards, they're rotten. What? What the heck is this? Excuse me. Hey, Oma. Oh. Blood! Stay back! Stay back! Murderer!
What are you doing?
Don't... Wait, what? It's you, Oma. The question is, what are you doing? That's a terrible wound. Don't worry, I'll call an ambulance right away.
Huh? Oh, you mean this. This actually isn't mine. I was draining blood.
Huh? Draining?
Yeah, his.
His blood?
You make a lot of noise. You really don't want any.
Sorry. I kind of lost my appetite.
Well, that's too bad.
But seriously, what a body this man has. From an aesthetic standpoint, he's at the highest level. In fact, he's just like an ancient Greek statue. What am I thinking? I'm not of that persuasion. Not at all. So, by the way, Oma, that boar over there, why is it?
I killed it.
Huh? What? What would you do that for?
Why did I... Well, what do you normally eat? I kill in order to survive.
That's right. Civilization has evolved, but in essence, it hasn't changed one bit. We only ever see the end product. Without giving a thought to the underlying process, we kill and consume on a daily basis. We do it to live. What a straight answer. It's so simple if you think about it. By being that simple, it rings true. This veracity, it makes me feel a sense of realism. Oma's words were the uncensored truth.
Kazuo Yamashita. Did you bring company today?
What? What the...
Such desecration. How do you live in a dump like this?
Hold on, who are you people?
Who are you guys? I already got my newspaper.
I'll do it. Don't step in.
Yeah, fine.
Huh? Your aura. It's pretty strong.
Wait, hold on just a moment. Isn't that Ivan Karayev?
Huh? You know him?
He recently made a name for himself. He's a kickboxer from Russia. But what is he doing here?
It's not personal. It's only business. I just need you to spend some time in the hospital.
Supernatural skill, the gift of heavenly dance. A pressure that surpasses the reasoning of man is what blocks the path to Ashura. The pinch, the immeasurable. Next time, the superhuman.